All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. This stream is dedicated to one person in the world, and it's someone I'm really hoping will see this stream. Of course, I know him as Generous Ray, and he owns a store in New York, a vacuum cleaner store of all the kinds of stores you could have in the world, which I find ironic because, of course, my mom cleaned houses. Used to spend a lot of time in Stark's vacuum cleaner shop in Portland, Oregon. Got to take care of that vacuum cleaner when you clean houses. And just funny thing, my mom, she swears by the brand Electrolux. And I used to always tell her that, Mom, I think this Electrolux brand is a ripoff. Because if you know anything about vacuums, Electrolux, I mean, you can buy like a nice car for what they charge for an Electrolux. And when I met Generous Ray, well, through communicating with him through the phone, after he started reaching out to my P.O. box, he said that the only brand pretty much of vacuum he doesn't sell in his store is Electrolux because he says they're the biggest ripoff in the world. And I think it's pretty obvious that's the case. And I'm amazed anyone buys that brand, and I don't know why my mom does. But anyway, I just found that to be such a great irony that this guy, Ray in New York, about as far away from the West Coast as you can be, takes a liking to my work and becomes the most generous donor that there ever was in the history of this movement. And I haven't heard from Ray for a couple years. About the same time I went out to New York City in 2022. And him and I used to talk quite often. But I saw that he was in the live stream the other night, and I didn't notice it, though, until I ended the live stream, just reading back through the comments. And I felt bad that I didn't respond to him. So, Ray, if you are out there, I apologize. It was good to hear from you. It was good to know you were out there. Perhaps you heard from your son that I called your store this morning. You picked up the phone. I think you told me years ago you had a son that didn't care for me too much. I think that's who I talked to this morning because I could tell he really didn't like me, and he hurried me off the phone. But again, Ray, your comment was, have you been receiving my money orders? And Ray, what I'm here to tell you is if you've been sending me money orders, any money order you sent me from October of 2022 on, it was not received. So I'm hoping there's some way for you to go to the post office and reclaim your funds. Again, when I moved, I set up mail forwarding for my P.O. box, which the mail office botched, and they told me they apologized, but they had no way to fix the problem. So the mail that was supposed to be forwarded, it wasn't just your mail, but everyone's mail was lost. And the bummer was I did try to reach out to you many a times around that time when I found out that the mail forwarding was not working. And this goes for anyone else out there who might still be trying to send things to my old P.O. box in Yakima. Of course, I did establish a new P.O. box in Prosser where I moved to, but not everyone stays up on these things. But yeah, Generous Ray, I did see your message the other night, and it made me feel bad because I have a feeling that you've been very generous for 2 years, and all of those money orders have gone to, I don't know where they go to. I don't know where they go to. The post office garbage can. So if that is the case, I really would hope that you could look into it and have the post office correct the problem because it really is their fault. They botched the whole thing of mail forwarding and again, and I am forever grateful for how thankful you've been. Your son, before he quickly rushed me off this morning, he told me you've been going through quite the health battle. So I hope you are doing well in that. I hope you make a full recovery. And I do hope you see this stream, and I hope that you do give me a call. So, yeah, I know it might seem funny to do a live stream for this, but the problem is I don't have any way to get a hold of Ray because his old phone number is disconnected. And here's another funny thing. I'm just going to throw it out there. I thought maybe Ray was mad at me because when I went out to New York City, I reached out to Ray because I really wanted to shake his hand. And Ray said he wasn't going to be around. He was going to be too busy. And it surprised me. I thought, man, this guy who's been so generous, I can't come find him in New York and shake his hand. And then when I tried to call him after I got back from the trip, he didn't pick up the phone, and he always picked up the phone. But I did gather from your son that you've been going through, a a health thing for about that same period of time. So I took that into thought and thought, well, maybe that's the real reason Ray didn't want to meet up. Maybe Ray was going through something back then. And that was September of 2022. But yeah, anyway, Ray, just again, if you're out there, please do reach out to me. Please do call me. And please do go to the post office if you've been sending money orders for the last 2 years and see if they can fix that for you. Because again, I don't know what they do when you send something to a post office, or maybe the person that has the P.O. box now is getting them. But in hindsight, I guess I should have just kept that P.O. box. So, and you know what? Just in case there's anyone else out there that still sends, just in case this is going on with somebody else, I do not have the P.O. box in Yakima, Washington. I have not had that since October of 2022. I set up mail forwarding, which is supposed to go on for a year. And again, you guys might recall back then who were following me that for 3 months, I was trying to get the post office to figure out why no mail was being sent. And then after 3 months, they just told me they screwed it up. It was botched. It was pretty much incorrectable. And there wasn't really anything that could be done about it. When I was just like, wow, that's pretty bad. And it was frustrating when I first moved here too, because where I moved to in Prosser, it was not part of the city limits, and they didn't have any mail delivery going here. And I didn't have mail for like the first 6 months that I lived here, but I did set up a P.O. box for Prosser. So if anybody else out there is sending mail to my Yakima P.O. box, if Yakima, Yakima is in the address, I do not have that. I have not had that for over 2 years. I do have a P.O. box though. It is 1103 Meade Avenue, and Meade is spelled M as in Mary, E as in elephant, A as in Adam, D as in David, E as in elephant. 1103 Meade Avenue, Prosser. P as in porcupine, R as in Richard, O as in orangutan, S as in Sarah, S as in Sarah, E as in elephant, R as in Richard, Prosser, Washington, 99350. P.O. Box 1248. And Ray, please do get your money back, because I did see your message the other night, again, after the stream was over, and I thought, oh my God. And please don't send me any more money either, because you sent more than enough, man. I mean, you're the most generous person probably this movement will ever see until the end of time. And seriously, if you need anything from me, please do reach out to me. Send me a letter. If you need anything, I'll be well, your family's there. Right after your family, I'll be the next one there to do whatever it is you might need. So, and yeah, please do send me just a letter and let me know how the health thing is going. If you're out there and you get this message, in case things aren't looking good, I hope that's not the case. I'd like to come out there and shake your hands. So. All right. Is there a Ray in there? Okay, Ray, that must be you. Ray, if you could call me tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow when you got time. Yeah, I would love to talk to you again. All right, I'm glad that you saw the stream. So, and I did talk to your son this morning, and you didn't seem too happy to talk to me. Yeah, he didn't let. Man, your son made me laugh though. You guys have the same voice. I thought it was you at first when he picked up the phone. But yeah, you guys, Ray's a very generous person. Sweet lady knows Ray's name above all names in this community. She's blown away by Ray's generosity. So. All right, Ray, I did do this stream for you. I hope you're doing well. Your son said you got a health battle going on, so I was sorry to hear that. In my mind, that's actually what was going on in my mind, because I did call you a lot after New York to let you know about the mail problem, and the phone never got picked up, which was unusual. So I wasn't sure if you were mad at me or if something else was going on in your life. But I've always thought about you. I was like, I hope Ray doesn't send anything to my P.O. box still. I hope that doesn't happen. I was never able to relay the message. Yeah, Ray, please do. I see that you said you'll check at the post office. Please do. Again, nothing would have been received from pretty much October 1st, 2022. Anything that would have been sent after that, nothing was received. So if you have a ledger going back, again, thank you. And it doesn't surprise me that you did keep sending mail. And Ray, didn't you know? Didn't it seem weird that I mean, I always called you and thanked you anytime you sent anything. So, but you're just that generous of a person. You just keep sending it anyway. So. No, no, Ray. I just read your message. You don't have to send me anything else. Seriously, I super appreciate it. I just felt bad when I read your message the other night, and I thought, oh my goodness, he has been sending. Um, but I wouldn't mind get. I always enjoyed your letters. Here, I'll write my PO box down on the screen. Just a letter would be nice. So. And again, for anybody else, if anybody else out there is still mailing my Yakima PO box, it's probably not just Ray. I do not have that again, and I was still blown away how they screwed up the mail forwarding. I was like this is unacceptable. Like, what I'm paying for this, and you have no way to amend anything. Service just isn't what it used to be. But yeah, Ray, if you're out there, that's the PO box I've had since I forget the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. Whenever I set it up, it was probably the beginning of 2023. It was after I figured out that they weren't going to be able to figure out the Yakima address. I set up the new one where we live. The Ray in the chat's different than the one I'm speaking of. Ray, are you Ray in New York? Ray in the chat. Are you Ray in New York? Are you the man I know as Generous Ray? Oh, he already said it's a different Ray. Shoot. Well, I got multiple Generous Rays out there. All right, I still haven't resolved the Ray in New York problem then. Okay. Yeah, well, again, please do the same thing, Ray, or anyone else. I don't really remember anyone else ever sending me money orders besides the Ray in New York. But yeah, Ray in the chat. And anyone else, if you ever send a money order to my old PO box, please go back and get a refund. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much to the Ray in the chat as well. So, all right. I don't know. Ray in New York. Ray, was it you the other night? The end of that Elon Musk. That's where I caught the message at the end of the live stream. I saw a Ray said, "Hey, are you getting my money orders in the PO box?" And I saw the name Ray, and I thought, "Oh no." Well, hey, it's the thought that counts. I just hope you can get your money back. Um, yeah, I haven't had the Yakima PO box for a minute. So, but wait, was that you the other night, Ray, when I did the stream on Elon Musk with his little salute? Because it was at the end of that stream. After I ended the stream, I was just reading up through the messages, and I saw a Ray who said, "Hey, are you getting my money orders?" I get almost. It's funny. I got quite a bit of mail at my Yakima PO box, but ever since I set up this Prosser PO box, I get like almost no mail. I'm like, well, I also get a lot less views than I used to, so it probably correlates. But so again, it was about a piece of mail maybe once Maybe average one piece of mail a month. Um, no, I did put it in the forward. They screwed it up. I mean, they told me they screwed it up, and they said there was no way to amend it. So it's pat. There's no way to go back now. It's been over a year. Yeah, you can check, Ray. You can check, and you don't need to send the money back to me. Just get your money back. I don't want you guys to waste your money. That's what I worry about with generous Ray, because I mean he was he was very generous. So I'd hate to think that his money was just going nowhere. No, well, listen, you can do whatever you want, Ray. I appreciate it, man, but at the same time, I just you know, I just want to make sure you guys aren't wasting your hard-earned money sending it to a post office box that essentially got I don't know, mishandled by the post office. Okay, Ray. Well, thank you very much. So I might not have reached the guy who I called Generous Ray, but you're also Generous Ray, and at least I think it was your message then maybe the other night. It might have been your message the other night. But when I see Ray and money order, I thought it was him. So um, yeah, indeed. By the way, Chris, I don't go through my Facebook friend request very often. I looked at it probably for the first time in 4, 5, 6 months last night. I saw you'd send a friend request, so I accepted that last night. I wasn't trying to keep you on the back burner. And by the way, there's more friend requests in there than it allows me to accept. I'm like at the max limit. So for other people who I didn't accept, it's not like I wouldn't accept your friend request. It's just they have a limit on there. How do you buy physical books? Well, if you search my name on Amazon, you'll find books by me. The green ones are actually they're in my name, and they are volumes of my first book. But there's a woman in Canada named Anne who I'm allowing. It's my name's on there, but the money goes to her, and that's fine. I gave her permission to do that just to get the work out there. Number games, though, if you buy this one, this book, I get royalties for this one, but the versions of my first book go to Anne, and that's fine too. If anyone buys that, it's still great. You're helping Anne out, and you're helping my work get out there. 720, you kept calling in. What's up, 720?
How you doing, sir, Mr. Hubbard? How you doing, sir? This is Jay Diaz calling in from Denver, the Mile High City. Just wanted to say I appreciate all your work you do. My brother, he started following you back in the COVID days. Really interesting stuff you put out. He has your book. Personally, I haven't read it, and I just want to give a shout out to you, man. You do it really amazing work out there.
Well, I appreciate that.
That's all I gotta do.
I appreciate it. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
take care. Appreciate the super chat. I did just do a stream earlier. If you didn't get a notification, the Stargate project equals 211. Like 211 is the 47th prime. They announced it on 21/1, the 21st of January. If you run it in reverse, the Stargate project equals 275, like federal government. They announced it on the 275th day of Sam Altman's age. Again, 211, 47th prime, number 47, technology number. Yeah, I just feel like all these agendas to depopulate, the advancement of AI, the replacement of human beings, I feel like it just all seemingly correlates. Here, again, for the person who asked how to get my books, I don't really like to promote Amazon, but again, if you just search my name, Zachary K. Hubbard, and again, I'll make this clear about my books that are on here. There's a woman, Anne. If you haven't read my first book, it's almost 800 pages long, so she's releasing it in small volumes. And you can see it. Oh, hey, the Kindle version. After I just complained about the Kindle thing, it's back up there. Crazy. Anyway, But where's the actual physical book? What? Man. Okay, hold on. So now the physical book doesn't show up, but now the Kindle version shows up. How weird is that? Okay, I mean, at once upon a time there was the physical book and the Kindle version. I did say this yeah, it's this month. This is the first month where I got zero royalty. Since the book came out in 2020, I always got a royalty each month. The first 2 months I got great royalties. I thought the book was like really going to do it, and then I never like hardly got anything. I got peanuts every month after that. But yeah, this past and I was kind of surprised because I thought like people would have bought the book for the holiday season, or at least a few copies. Like, no, I mean, on average for the last year, I probably get between $2 and $20 in royalties a month. So we're not talking a lot of money, but I got zero this month, so it must not have sold anything last month. Uh, but I hadn't searched on here. It's the first time I haven't seen the physical copy of the book up there in a second. So that seems weird. Is there a way to get to the physical copy of the book? See all formats and editions. Let's see. Okay. They do. Wow, the price is up to 20. I don't control the price on Amazon. They control the price. So it's gotten more expensive, that's for sure. I think when they first started selling, it was like $15. So I have no control over the price. Book Baby, I self-published through Book Baby. I had to pay them like whatever. It was pretty expensive. I forget. But yeah, once you do that, you can buy it on like Target. Well, let's see if Target store still has it. Zachary K. Hubbard. Let me see like what Target's price is. Number Games, Target. Here we go. Well, it's $22.03 on Target now, so it's cheaper on Target than it is on Amazon. There's other Book Baby just like works with different distributors. So I mean, there's like at least 10 different websites that sell it. You can shop around for a better price, but that's the most I've ever seen it. Oh snap! You can't see because I went on a different browser, but here's $22.03. What a price at Target! Again, I don't choose any of these prices. It's out of my hands. I get a little minuscule royalty though for it. I think I get like $1 a book. It might be $2 a book. It's not better than that though. But yeah, so you can get it there, and then these green ones, I did write these. This is from my first book, but again, the sales of and it's funny, it's only showing the first 2 volumes because I think she has more than 2 volumes out there. 1 through 3, 4 through 10. I think that she's got these 3 volumes. So yes, this is actually my book released in volumes, which isn't a bad way to do it because it's such a big fat book. You have a big fat book like that. If you ever had a book, it's easy to break the spine and just break the whole book. But she's not charging a lot for these. $3.90 for the first 3. I think the first chapter of Letters and Numbers is important. And I think that's like a chapter that would hook a lot of people. So probably not a bad purchase for $3.90. You get the first 3 chapters. She's got more volumes to do. It'll probably end up being like 6 volumes by the time she's done with it. So yeah, anyway, that is my work, but just if you're trying to support me, I don't get anything from that. But the way you're supporting me is just by getting the work out there. You're supporting Ann, which is just fine. I gave Ann permission to do that. So, yeah. So Amazon does have them. If you have an Amazon Prime, it would be the way to order them and get them faster than anything else. Very, very cool. Very cool, Leslie. Glad to hear that. I I appreciate that, Ray Edwards. I don't think Tucker Carlson's ever going to give us any play, unfortunately. He's in the club. That's why he wears that little red Kabbalah bracelet. Honestly, I can't remember if Jam Master Jay's death is in my first book. I would think it was. I would think it's in there. There were definitely some things that slipped through the cracks that should have been in there that aren't. There's a whole lot of celebrity deaths in that book, though. Okay. And yeah, if you go to Amazon and Number Games isn't coming up, what you have to do again, because I have not seen the Kindle version on here in forever. So I mentioned this the other day on a live stream, so it just seems weird to me. So I'm like, okay. So the Kindle one's popping up. So you have to click on the Number Games. And then when it comes up, there's something here that says see all formats and editions, or you can actually even see it right there. But again, like I just said, it's $4 cheaper on Target. If you're overseas, I forget what the overseas bookstores. I know that BookBaby partnered. Like if you're in the UK, there's some bookstores you can get it through on their sites, which makes it cheaper, so you don't have to pay all that shipping. But it's a reminder. I still haven't finished my third book that I've just left on the back burner for a long time now. I don't know if I'm ever going to release my third book, honestly, man. It gets depressing when these books they sell the minuscule amount of copies that they do. I might just go for, like, seriously, children's books. I've been experimenting with writing different children's books. I feel like I always take them toward too dark of a place, though. It's hard not to with this topic, talking about bad things in the world, but I don't know. Maybe when Ruby gets a little bit older, it'll inspire me to tell the children's story the right way. So. But yeah, if you guys did want to support the book, I mean, it is out there. Kindle version's the immediate way to get it. And if you're getting the Kindle version, it is dressed up a little bit more in that Kindle format because BookBaby put it into a fancier format than the way I sell it on my website, which is just like in a PDF, very plain text format. It's cheaper though, and you can still read it on your Kindle. Get on my website, GematriaEffectNews. I do have both of the books there in ebook format. If you buy them here, like you can get letters and numbers, it's nearly 800 pages long, the whole thing for $5. But if you want it in paper format, then Anne's putting it out in volumes. So, and she's got that on Amazon. All right, Truth Seeker. Well, hey, at least we connected with one Ray tonight. I have a feeling our friend Generous Ray is not doing so well. I might just have to try and call him and talk to his son in the morning again. But I do remember he told me years ago that he had a son that was not fond of me. And he was telling me that he himself was having trouble with that son. They did not see the world through the same lens. But I'm pretty sure that's who picked up. I'd never talked to him before, but man, when you hear my name, he just wanted to get off the phone. Yeah, oh yeah. I don't know. I was just like, can I talk? Can I tell you what I'm trying to say? You might need to go get some money back from the post office on behalf of your dad. It's crazy. It's crazy how some people just like won't even let you talk for 20 seconds. And it's just like, let me say something. All right. Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. And Ray, you please go collect your money back from the post office as well. So, and if you guys do want to mail me something, that address down there is my P.O. box. That's the one I've had for last couple of years now. All right, True Seeker, have a good night. And if you're out there, the other Ray, I hope you do get well. Sad to hear that you're going through a health battle. Until next time, True Seeker.